Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebralites. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of RealiTEA. And that's TEA because I give it to you scalding hot. So grab your cups, grab your saucers, gather around, and let's all take a long hot sip of this RealiTEA. All right, so we're going to talk about Simone Biles, Jennifer Hudson, and Kelly Clarkson. So we're going to start off with Simone Biles. Simone Biles, who basically went to the last Olympics and took anything gold. Give me that, and that. I'll take them all in gold. That's basically what she went to the Olympics and did. So after the Olympics, now she's appearing in Dancing with the Stars. And I've seen a couple episodes. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not like a dedicated Dancing with the Stars fan. Pretty much I'm one of those people where if they have a celebrity that I'm interested in, I'll watch it up until the point that that celebrity gets voted off, and then I tune out for the season. So this season I really like Simone, and I also like the girl from Fifth Harmony a lot. So Simone's dancing, and I believe this week the challenge was a 3-person dance. So normally obviously it's a couple, but this week they added a 3rd person into the mix. It looked a little weird, a little off balance to me, but okay, I guess they're trying their best to keep it new and keep it fresh. So they did a 3-person dance. It was Simone, Val, and then there was a 3rd girl they added to the dance. And this week she got the Paso Doble. I'm not a ballroom expert. I don't know much about the history of the Paso Doble, but I believe it's sort of a bullfighting dance. And so Simone comes out and she executes the dance flawlessly, in my opinion, with my limited knowledge. You know, I just have a visceral response to it. I'm not judging technique to the degree that a judge would, obviously, but I like what I like, and I know what I like, you know, and while I'm not a trained dancer, I am a dancer. So I recognize rhythm and timing, and based on what I saw, she did an excellent job. So she comes out, she's doing the dance. Once again, she basically conquered the dance, in my opinion. And then she goes over to be critiqued. So she gets over there and, you know, she's being, you know, very mindful of what the judges are saying. And they begin with Carrie-Ann Inaba. And Carrie-Ann is basically telling her that, you know, it was a good dance, Simone, but it wasn't the best. We know you have better in you. And I can appreciate that because, you know, Simone is an Olympic trained athlete. And so the bar is going to be set very, very high for her if she's on one of these competition shows. Like, say, for instance, a person like Wendy Williams or Sherry Shepherd, who both appeared on Dancing with the Stars. If they manage to keep a beat the entire song, the judges are going to pretty much be happy with that. But when it comes to a person like Simone Biles, who's basically trained her entire life to be precise, to be on beat, then you expect a little bit more from her. So I can understand why the judges would say that to her. Now, this is where the judges and I begin to deviate. So at one point, Carrie-Ann goes on to say, well, Simone, you're too precise. And I'm dumbfounded. Like, how can one be too precise? That makes absolutely no sense to me. You know, by definition, precision is to be exact. And so by being exact, I'm somehow doing something wrong. If I'm supposed to hit a beat and I'm there when I'm supposed to hit it, that's a problem. I don't understand how that's problematic. But Simone just sort of listened and nodded her head. I'm not necessarily in agreement, but just, you know, an acknowledgement that I hear what you're saying. So after critiquing her about her precision, Carrie-Ann goes on to say, well, you should smile more. And Simone just listened graciously. And then they go to Lynn, and Lynn pretty much echoes what Carrie-Ann was saying. And then they go to Julianne, and Julianne begins to pretty much say the same things and starts talking about Simone smiling more. So Simone sits there and she listens, and then, so finally I think it just got under her skin a little bit, and she says, well, you don't win gold medals by smiling. Now I loved Simone in that moment because I think she said pretty much what what I was feeling. Because like when I've seen dance competitions, I've seen dance lines, I've seen cheerleading competitions and what have you, and I hate those fake smiles. I hate them. They look so artificial. They look so Stepford, if you will. So I appreciate a person who is laser focus. You know, when you're in beast mode, you know, I'll smile when I have the mirror ball is sort of the disposition that you have to have. So Simone was, you know, she's an athlete. She's trained to be focused. She's trained to be dedicated to the task at hand. And so her face, you know, when you're an athlete, you might grimace, you might bite your lip, you know, because, you know, you're in game mode. And so I don't think that the judges necessarily understood, especially with a dance like the Paso Doble. Like if she were doing the waltz or, you know, something like that, I could see why they would want her to smile because it's a more elegant dance. But the Paso Doble is about a bullfight. I mean, you're basically having a confrontation with a bull. I don't think that that's really, you know, the time that you want to say cheese. So I really didn't get the critiques of Simone in that particular instance, but but what I'm really hoping for, I hope that speaking up for herself doesn't detrimentally affect her in the eyes of the fans, because the fans can be really harsh on people who speak up for themselves. But I think Simone was definitely well within her rights to speak up with herself, and I think what she said was absolutely 100% correct. All right, so enough about Simone. Now we're going to move over to Jennifer Hudson, one of my favorite current singers, quote unquote, the voice of a generation, or one of the voices of our generation, and also one of my hometown talents. Jennifer is also from Chicago, and so am I. So Jennifer, who was on The Voice UK, is actually coming back stateside to America, and she's going to be appearing on The Voice on NBC, which makes me super excited. Now, I have to admit, for me, The Voice was just, it was too much, you guys. It seemed like they were doing like 3 cycles a year. Like every time I turned on the TV, there was a new cycle coming on. So at some point, I just said to hell with that. There's no possible way that I have this much time to dedicate to a program. So I stopped watching. But now that Jennifer is coming on this current season, I'm definitely going to tune back in, because I want to see what she wears. I want to, you know, see who she chooses. I want to hear her sing, all that good stuff. So I'm going to read to you guys a little bit from the press release here. It says, Jennifer is an extraordinary vocal talent and one of the premier voices of our time. She embodies the experience, expertise, positivity, and sheer talent that The Voice stands for. Her exceptional skills as a singer and actress have extended to film, television, and Broadway, which makes her an incredible addition and natural fit for our show. Now, I couldn't agree more with that statement. So Jennifer is going to be joining The Voice cast along with Adam Levine, Miley Cyrus, Blake Shelton, and Jennifer Hudson. So that's 4. So Jennifer is going to be, I don't know, replacing either Gwen or Alicia, I believe, this season, because both of them are doing whatever. So I'm excited to see Jennifer there. I think she's going to bring a new energy to the show. I think that vocally, in terms of powerhouses, you can't get any bigger than Jennifer Hudson. So I think it's a great addition to the show. Having been a contestant on reality television programming, I think it's going to give her a greater empathy, to the contestants, and greater insight in terms of how she helps them navigate, you know, the rigors of being on a reality television competition show. So I think she's a great fit for the show. Now, also in American Idol news, Kelly Clarkson, who is the very first winner of American Idol Season 1, she's actually coming back to American Idol, the reboot, which is going to be appearing on ABC as a judge. So I'm excited to see that as well, because Kelly is probably one of my favorite American Idol alums, along with Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia Barrino, George Huff. Who else do I like from that show? There's a few more. Oh, Portia. How can I forget Portia? LaPortia, excuse me. I love LaPortia. So Kelly's going to be on American Idol. Jennifer Hudson is going to be on The Voice. So we have 2 American Idol alums on competing reality television shows. So it looks like they'll be competing once again. It's going to be interesting to see. So with that being said, you guys, that's about all I have for this episode of RealiTEA. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please also share if you feel so inclined. Follow me across all social media platforms. I'm Cerebral Diva on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. So, as always, in closing, you guys, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I will talk to you guys again soon.